free students that are always on time. Good job. Should be on page 16 in grammar. Sarah and Sylvia, you have perfect attendance this quarter, don't you? Come every day? Yeah?
Always.
Good stuff. Remember our contest? Remember our contest? At the beginning of the quarter, I said whoever has only 2 days or less missing. Okay. So to wait, first we are talking about ying. Ying is a woman. So that is a she.
That's name, her name.
Ying. Yes, good morning.
Ying?
Ying.
Ying.
Ying. I think it's a Chinese name.
My name is Ying. Ying.
So every morning is the present tense. So I will say she.
She wait.
Nope. She.
She is wait. She is wait.
No, that's right now. No, what, every morning is not negative. But what happens with she, and it? Not she waits, but she
Do wait.
waits. With the S on the end.
Ну да, это she.
So
Я
she
бы
waits
выразил
with the S.
She waits.
She waits every morning.
She waits the husband call her.
Yeah. Okay, now in the negative,
Don't wait.
present tense, not don't. You see in it, it's different.
Doesn't.
There you go. And how about tomorrow morning? She.
Will.
Yep, she will wait. And tomorrow in the negative, she. Yes, she won't wait. Last night, that's in the past, she. Waited, yes, waited. It's a regular verb. So just ed. She waited last night. And for the negative, she.
She don't wait.
Not don't. Past tense. Didn't. She didn't wait. And for right now,
She waiting.
She
Is waiting.
she is waiting. And for the negative, she
Isn't. No?
isn't waiting. Isn't or is not. Both are okay.
Выучить.
And now we're going to switch to we. Every night, that's the present tense, so I will say we.
Wait.
Yep, we wait, no S. How about in the negative, we
don't wait.
We don't wait. And for right now,
We are waiting.
yes, we are waiting. Now we're asking a question with you. So in the right now, I say the other way. Are you? Yes. Are you waiting right now? How about every day? No. Present tense. Question says, do you wait? And yesterday, the past tense, I say, who knows?
I wait.
Question.
I did wait.
The other way.
Did I wait?
Yes, did, but we're using you. So did you wait?
Yes. Oh,
And for the future, will you wait tomorrow? So you can put this away when you are finished, but we're going to talk about a little more grammar so you can be prepared for your homework today. Before you talked about, we talked about nouns. Somebody remind me, what is a noun again? Person? Good. Person, place, or thing. And nouns can either be singular or plural. What does singular mean? Yeah, just one. Plural means two or more, right?
Yeah.
But when we use a a singular noun, we must also have an article. What is an article? There's only three. Do you know what they are? Say it again. Yes, the, a, or an. So when we are writing a singular noun, that means one noun, it must have an article before the noun. But how do we decide when to use they, a, or an? Does anybody know? So these kind of go together and this one goes together. We have to choose which one to use first. So we use the when we are talking about one thing that is very specific. So if I say the girl and I am talking about Sylvia and I only want my sentence to be about Sylvia, I use the. So this is specific. And both of these are general. So I might say, the woman reads the book. If I say the woman reads the book, I'm talking about only one woman. So maybe I'm talking about Sarah, and I'm talking about only one book. And so if I say the woman reads the book, Maybe there's a picture of Sarah reading a book. Only one woman. But if I change it to a woman reads a book, this could be any woman, any book.
Какая-то женщина.
Right? So I'm not talking about, I could be talking about Sarah or Sylvia or Cynthia or Carolina, just any woman and any book that they are reading. But how do I decide whether to use a or an?
Oh, an apple, a woman.
Yes, if the noun starts with a vowel.
As well.
Remember this word? We have 26 letters in the English alphabet, but we have 5 vowels. So if the word starts with A, E, I, O, U, then we use an. If it starts with any other letter, then we use a. So like Artem was saying, I say an apple, an elephant. But I say a boy, a school. It has to do with the first letter of the noun is how you choose which one to use. But when you are writing, it's not a choice to use an article or not. If you have a singular noun in your sentence, you must have an article for it to be correct. So you're going to practice this with your homework today. Practice recognizing which one to use, which one is correct. So when you see this in your homework today, you will know the direction to go. And I also put with the homework a little reminder sheet at the beginning. I can just show you now. I don't want you to work on it now, but I can show you so that you can understand. So the first page is the rules that we just went over, and then the next pages are your actual homework. The first page, no work, just a reminder of the rules. And then the next pages are your actual work. Okay? All right. I also want to finish maybe not finished, we still have a lot to go. But I want to do a few more of these words. So if you can take this back out. This is about making sure you're correct, but it's also about the vocabulary, making sure you understand the word also. So we are on number 35, which is quiet. What does it become, Cynthia? Yes, quieter. Quieter. Good. How about, everybody knows quiet? That is opposite of loud. The word quiet, like, this is my quiet.
Ah,
No noise, quiet. When you go into a library, quiet. It's a noise level. Okay, next word, fierce. Fierce. What does fierce become? Sylvia. Number 36. Fiercer. Fiercer. What does it mean to be fierce?
The lion is cute.
Yes. Fierce means to be a little scary. So like the lion is fierce. That means we are afraid of it. It's dangerous. Okay, number 37, Sarah says angry. What does it become? 37.
I don't have a 37. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. 37. Angry.
Yes, angrier. What does it mean to be angry?
Angry is a man.
Show me angry face. Oh, Artem's the only one who can look angry. Yes, angry and mad mean a lot of the same thing. Angry, nice. Okay, next word, 38, sunny. Carolina. Sunnier. We're making sure that we're changing that Y to an I. This is the word we use to describe weather. When the sun is out, we say it's sunnier. Yesterday we were talking about homonyms, right? That's another one. Sun or sun, right? This is the sun in the sky. What's this sun?
My son.
Oh, yes, your child. That is a boy, right? Okay, good. Next one, tenacious. Ooh, this is a good word. What does tenacious change to, Artem?
I don't know what, more tenacious.
More
What
tenacious.
is tenation, я не знаю. I don't
Does anybody know what tenacious means? This is a good one.
Цепкий.
I can do it. Never.
Yes. This is when you believe that you can do something and you do not give up. You keep working and working and working until it happens. We say you are tenacious. Okay, number 40, fresh. Nadia.
Fresher.
Fresher. What does it mean if something is fresh?
Juice. No?
Yeah.
Fresh juice, fresh with vegetables.
Fresh means it is new and maybe just grown. So we do not call people fresh. We don't say, oh, that baby is fresh because it's just born. Fresh refers usually to fruits and vegetables or meat. So if you go to the farm and you
Fresh
pick
milk.
tomato, that's fresh tomato.
Fresh milk.
Yep, that's right. Fresh milk if it comes right from the cow. Ooh. Okay, number 41. Alexander, strong.
Stronger.
Stronger. Show me strong. Right. This is about your muscles. Good. Number 42, delightful. Cynthia.
What is delightful?
What does it become?
Вдохновение.
More delightful.
Вдохновение.
What does delightful mean? Delightful is the word we use if we enjoy something. Usually it's used to describe people or places. So I can say Carolina is a delightful woman. Or I visited Canada this weekend and it was a delightful place. That means I enjoyed it very much. Number 43, old. What does it become, Sylvia? Older. This refers to age. Old and young go together. How about number 44, hot, Sarah?
Hotter.
And 2 T's. Make sure you have 2 T's in there. Hotter. This refers to temperature. Number 45, terrible, Carolina. Yes, more terrible. Terrible is kind of the opposite of delightful. It means we do not enjoy it. It's not good. The weather is terrible.
Terrible.
That person is terrible.
Loud.
I don't like visiting that place. It was terrible. So it's the opposite of delightful. Number 46, Nadia, loud.
Louder.
Louder. Loud is the opposite of quiet. It's when there's lots of noise, lots of things going on. 47, Artem, hard.
Harder.
Hard can refer to difficult to do or learn, like learning English is hard, but it can also be used to describe things like a table. Like this table is hard. It's not soft. If I hit my head, it will hurt, right? Because it's hard. Last one for today, 48, Alexander.
What number?
48, great.
Greater.
Yes. Great means very good. More than good, very good. Okay, we will finish this next week. You can put this away for now. Maybe some of those words might go on your vocabulary chart that I hope you're starting. Especially words like tenacious. In fact, I'm going to add it to this chart right now that I have. Maybe you can do it with me. I think that was a new word for everyone. Tenacious. What did we say tenacious means again? Yes, to work hard and not give up.
What is it? What is it?
This is what I gave you yesterday. I'm not going anywhere with it. I gave you the vocabulary chart yesterday. I gave to everyone. I have more. Everybody write tenacious on your vocabulary chart. That's a good one. Okay. How about yesterday when we were talking about homonyms, I asked y'all to try to think of one more. Did anybody come up with another one? What? This one? Yeah? So they are spelled the same way, but they can have two different meanings. So what are the different meanings? Yeah. So this is small bug, fly, right? Does everybody know this?
А, муха, флай, yes. Правильно, муха.
Looks like it.
Bags, bag.
This is fly. But we also use this word to talk about fly in an airplane, right?
Ага.
Okay, so what else? Nobody thought of any more? I thought of some more that you might know. How about this?
Buy the money.
Actually, there's
and
three.
Buy and goodbye.
This is goodbye. This is buy, like buy groceries, buy food. What is this? This is preposition, so I say Sylvia's by Sarah. That means next to, close to. So this is the preposition word. How about this? What does this be?
Different fly. Different fly, honey.
Yes. This B is this B. But this B is a verb, like the to be verb, right?
Beer and beer. Beer the drink. Beer the animal.
Ah, good. So this is pronounced differently, but no, that wouldn't be a homonym because it is spelled differently. So it's B-E, and it's pronounced differently. So beer, bear. But you can say this one and this one.
Beer. Animal and beer drink. Yes.
No, that one you're thinking of is this, but it's pronounced beer, not
Yes.
bear. So what is this bear?
The partner or the tree.
Oh, branch? No.
Oh, different.
That bear, this bear means the same thing as naked. If you have no clothes on, you are bare. And this bear is the animal, like the animal bear. Good. One more. This one might be a little tricky. What is this hair?
There.
Yep. What is the other hair?
Rabbit.
Good. How do you know that one? This is a hare. It's a very large rabbit. Good job. All right. We'll see if we can think of any more before the end of the day. Let's see. Yeah. How about Cynthia, Artem, and Alexander, you will talk together, and then Nadia, Carolina, Cecilia, you will talk together. Here's our question of the day. What famous person would you like to meet? They can be alive or dead. So it could be somebody that is not living anymore, but someone that is famous. Do we know what famous means?
Just famous.
That means everybody knows. Like,
You are very famous.
no, that is not famous. What is an example of someone that is famous?
Майкл Джексон.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Виктор Цой.
The president. Someone that everybody knows who they are when you say the name.
Жив, да?
Своих родственников подкалывали, которые в христиане и бывают танки. Ну, а теперь давайте называем.
Oh, so nice. Thank
Вот
you
такие
so much.
глаза, солнце.
Это месяц, который...
Я просто рожу с этого. Всё
Thank
время.
you so much.
Тамали?
What kind of cookie is this?
No,
Cookies, se llama sope de nata.
Ah, so what is in it?
It's flour,
you have something milk inside something.
Зачем тебе механик?
She's telling us flour and milk and what else?
flour, milk, sugar,
Thank you.
It looks a little like a pancake.
Happy birthday?
You have
Oh.
born today?
That pancake,
Ah.
it's pancake, but that's a flour.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Well done.
delicious.
Я уже завтра некоторые
Thank you.
She can't wait, she has to finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it so I can tell it's
Я
delicious.
успел. Есть перевод?
Artem, who would you like to meet?
Сейчас. I would like meet to Jesus Christ.
Ah, that would be on my
That's
list
good,
too.
that's good
Yes,
as well.
yes.
That would be on my list too. I was
I
going
have
to say,
many questions.
I was going to say Jesus or Paul. I would like to meet Paul from the
I wanna
Bible.
see Jesus too.
I like it.
Oh, good
In my
Lord.
childhood.
Alexander, for you.
I'm my child.
Three persons: Jesus Christ, my grandfather, and Henry Ford.
Watch
Say it again.
show,
Henry Ford.
Film,
Candy?
Children's
Henry
Book,
Ford.
Hidden Ground. It's children too. Yeah.
Like this?
Henry Ford.
Soviet Union film, very
No.
old film, but I like it film.
Can you spell?
It very old movie.
This person?
Nice movie.
I don't know.
No.
One moment.
Henry Ford.
How do you spell it?
One moment.
If you like.
Henry Ford.
Arden, do you know how to spell?
Henry Ford.
Oh, Henry
H.
Ford.
Henry Ford.
Henry Ford.
H-E-N-R.
There we go. Henry Ford.
This is children.
Who knows why is Henry Ford famous?
The
Oh, yeah,
children,
yes.
I like it.
Why is he famous, Alexander?
What a famous.
Why is he
Известный,
famous?
известный. Почему, чем он известен?
He construction
Yes.
Car,
He was
engine
the
car.
first one to make a car on an assembly line so that you could make many at the same time. If you've heard of Ford cars, this is who they were named after. He changed the way that we have cars now, big time, going forward. Nice. Henry Ford, I bet he's a very smart man. Very intelligent. Okay, Sarah, who would you like to meet?
Definitely Jesus.
Jesus. Anybody else that you talked about?
My sister, my brother.
So family, not famous people.
American cars.
Yeah. Carolina, who would you like to meet?
Что, там 5 этажей на каждом столже. Там такие... Вообще просто такие экземпляры.
She wanna see Michael Jackson. She wanna see grandfather too.
Ah, Michael Jackson or your grandfather. I like it. I heard Nadia say this person.
This man smart.
Чтобы тебе такого показать, чтобы тебе...
I think I would like to meet his wife also.
Там есть DeLorean
His wife also.
83
Michelle Obama?
83-го года. И,
Yeah.
в общем,
I think dinner with their whole family would be nice. Yeah.
Yes.
что
Okay.
есть.
How about you, Sylvia?
Но это больше всего европейские. Это вообще просто супер классика. Там такие решковые, там 5 левел. И там просто идешь и края конца нету.
You say you don't wanna see Michael Jackson.
I would also like to meet people from the Bible, but I also hold on, I gotta find it.
Один выставочный экземпляр, кажется, первый. 23-го года. Можно было залезть и сфоткаться. Место, конечно, вообще зиро.
I also want to meet this guy.
Так вот. That's Adam Levine.
Mm-hmm.
I like him.
Yeah, me too.
In August, Adam
You're going to
Levine,
see, I know, I'm so jealous.
Adam song to Auburn.
Yes, very cool.
It's
His name is Adam
Maroon
Levine. He is the singer in a song, a
Maroon 5.
band called Maroon 5.
Singing?
five. It is.
Yeah, I like him. Okay, you can go back to your spots and take out this book. It's the one we were in yesterday. It's Study Skills in Classwork. And we should be on this page. Okay, this is the last graphic organizer that we didn't talk about yesterday. Okay. So this graphic organizer is used when you are comparing two things, when you are looking at two things. So I'm going to give an example, maybe that everyone knows. We will say, does everybody know what is a carrot? Does everybody know what is a carrot?
Carrot, yes,
Yeah.
carrot is, that's a vegetable, yeah?
Let me make sure everybody knows. We're going to be talking about carrots, right?
Carrots.
And apple. This kind of apple, fruit. Okay? So on this side, I'm going to write apple. And in this box down here is both. So that means, in this section of my circles, everybody look up here for a minute first. In this section of my circle, I'm gonna write only things that are true about a carrot, only things that are true about an apple, and then I'm going to try to think about things that are true about both of them, and that will be in the middle. So how about, what color is a carrot?
Orange.
Orange. What color is an apple? Red or green? But we'll say red or green. So in this case, I'm going to write orange. This side, red or green. I know they can also be yellow. I don't know, but we'll say red or green. I already heard somebody say this. A carrot is a vegetable. And an apple is fruit. A carrot is long, and an apple is round. And last one I can think of, a carrot grows in the ground,
Растет на земле.
and an apple grows where?
On a tree.
On a tree. Now let's think about things that are the same. What's something that's the same about an apple and a carrot?
Color, maybe color. Yeah.
We said the color is different.
Apple, orange.
They are both food though, right? They're
Yes,
both
it's
food.
it's a food.
And I would say that they're both healthy. Healthy, good for you, right?
Yes. Healthy, здоровье. What else?
You can eat
Ah.
both of these foods fresh. That's
Yes,
a word that we
and,
just talked about.
Сейчас.
Organic.
What?
Organic.
Oh yeah, you can. That kind of goes with fresh, that word organic. That means, talks about the way that it was grown.
They are crunch.
Oh good, I was
Yes.
going to say that one. Crunchy.
Хрустят.
So when you eat an apple or a carrot, that's the, right? It's not soft, it's crunchy.
Что?
And another thing, you can eat apples and carrots cooked or raw. What does raw mean?
Готовить или raw? Ah,
That means I can pick an apple off the tree and eat it,
ага.
or I can slice it up and bake it in a pie,
Yeah.
and I can eat it
On
cooked.
pie, on duck.
Carrot, same. I can pull it out of the ground, wash it, and eat it, or I can slice it up and cook it and eat it soft also. So this is what a Venn diagram looks like. We think about the things that are unique or different, and then we think about things that are the same. But it only works when you are looking at two things. If you are looking at many things, we would not use this.
Ага.
This is only when we, and this is called compare and contrast. Compare means find things that are the same. Contrast means find things that are different. does everybody understand this? Yes? Okay. A little bit more about, so, I want everybody to just look up here. We're going to listen to these two paragraphs first, and then we're going to read them together, and then we're going to talk about them. So this is more about graphic organizers. Okay, everybody listening? Yes?
Yes.
Are you on information overload? Information overload means that there is too much information for us to learn and remember. Graphic organizers are visual tools that help us organize information. When information is visual and organized, it is easier to understand and remember. Using and creating graphic organizers is a great way to study and prepare for tests. Graphic organizers also help us to write and take organized notes. Imagine you are in your car and you don't know where to go. You can use a map to show you where to go. When you read a lot of information, your brain does not know where to go. A graphic organizer will help your brain decide where it needs to go. A graphic organizer is like a map for ideas.
Okay, let's read it one more time and then we'll talk about it. We're going to read it together. Everybody reading one sentence. Sylvia, you start here. R.
Are you on information
Overload.
over?
Everyone say overload.
Overload.
Good. Sarah.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Information overload means that there is too much information for
Us.
for us to learn and remember.
Good. Cynthia.
Graphic organizers are visual tools that help us organizing information.
Good. Carolina.
When information is visual and organized, it is easier to understand and remember.
Good. Nadia.
Using and creating graphs.
Graphic
organizer is a great way to study and prepare for tests.
Good. Artem.
Graphic organizers also help us to write and take organized notes.
Good. Alexander. Imagine.
Imagine you are in your car and you don't know where to go.
Good. Sylvia.
You can use a map to show you where to go.
Good. Sarah. Here. When?
When
Right here.
you read for my eyes in
Oh.
of information, your brain does not know where to go.
Good. Cynthia.
A graphic organizer will help your brain decide where it needs to go.
Carolina.
A graphic organizer is like a map for ideas.
Okay. So have you ever heard that term before? Information overload? No? Have you heard that before? Maybe we should write it
What
here.
is Japanese overall?
What?
What means Japanese overall?
We're going to talk about it right now. But we're going to write it on our vocabulary chart. Information overload. Going back to the reading, what does it say? Information overload means what?
Graphic
Second
organized.
sentence.
Graphic organized.
Nope, right here. Information overload means what?
Hot here is too much information.
Yes, so this means too much. Too much information to learn and remember. When you learn a new language like English, it is information overload. You learn so much vocabulary and rules and grammar and reading and writing and speaking. So much into your brain. It is information overload. Your brain says, stop, stop, stop.
This means overall as well. Learning a lot of different things.
Yes, but the word overload means like too much. So think about if you're putting laundry into your washing machine and you keep putting more and more and more, soon it will get too full and you can't put any more in. But if you keep putting more in, it will start to come out the top. That's overload. It's too much.
That's an overload, but sometimes you go cold, and then if a lawyer says something together, then judge say it's overruled. That's
Oh, overruled. Overruled.
Overruled.
That's a different word. The word that you're thinking of is this word. That's a different word. This is overload. It means too much. And in this case, information, it means too much stuff coming into your brain. Okay. So we've been talking about graphic organizers. That's the T-chart, the Venn diagram, the spider diagram. All of those are examples of graphic organizers. What does it mean if something is visual?
picture.
Yeah, it's like a picture. You can see it. So I'm not just writing the sentences. I have the circles and the boxes, and it looks more like a picture to your eye instead of just words. When it says it is easier to understand and remember, those are the things that we talked about when we're reading. We always want to comprehend, which means to understand, and retain, which means to remember. And so creating these graphic organizers helps us to understand and to remember the information. It is a great way to study if you have to take a test, but it's also a good way to learn and just remember information. Keep the things separate or the same in your mind. I like this example. It says, imagine you are in a car. What does that word imagine mean? Say it, Carolina.
Picture.
Yes, if you imagine you are creating a picture in your mind, you're not actually doing it. So when it says imagine you are in a car, that means in your mind, think about being in a car and you don't know where to go. How do you feel when you don't know where to go in the car?
You're driving.
You put the GPS.
But how do you feel when you don't know where to go?
I'm a little bit scared.
Yeah, or the word we were talking about yesterday, nervous or worried. I do not like to get lost. Also, especially if it's in the dark or it's raining, I start to feel nervous and worried and scared. So And we can use a map now we probably use our phones with the GPS. But before we had our phones and computers, we used actual road maps, like something like this, where we would look and say, I am here and I need to go here. What roads do I need to follow? And it was a picture that looked like where I am. I can find where I am on the map and where I need to go. So it was visual for my mind. So the same thing that these graphic organizers, these are like creating a map for your mind to understand where are the connections. What is the same? What is different? How do I describe things? So we're gonna watch just a little video about the same thing.
Graphic organizers. What are graphic organizers? Graphic organizers help us study, write, communicate, and present information more easily and effectively. This presentation will show you some examples of graphic organizers that are used in Project IDEA. T-chart. A T-chart shows how two things are different. It can also be used to show two different sides of one topic, the pros and the cons. Some people use T-charts when they have to make important decisions.
So have you heard these terms before, pro and con? Have you heard this before? This is when you are thinking about the good things about something and the bad things about something. So for example, this is silly example, but if I am trying to So here's my question I want to answer. Should I eat pizza for lunch? Okay, if I am deciding the pros, that's good, and the cons, what are the good things about eating pizza for lunch? Tastes good. It's hot. What else is good? Maybe it's pretty cheap, right? I don't have to spend too much money. Okay, what are the bad things about eating pizza?
More calories.
Unhealthy. What else? It can be messy, right? I might get something on my clothes when I eat it.
Грязный.
What else? Maybe if I really, really like pizza, I might eat too much. So when I make a T-chart of pros and cons, I'm trying to answer this question. I can look at the good things, and I can look at the bad things, and then I can say, I really want to be healthy. I don't want to get my clothes dirty. I'm going to choose something else, no pizza. Or I can say, I really like pizza, and I don't have much money, so I'm going to eat pizza for lunch. But I can compare the two things, the good things and the bad things, right? Okay. I want to make sure that you understand that because I'm going to ask you to do something like that in a few minutes. Okay. Keep watching the video.
Spider diagram. A spider diagram is like a spider with legs. The body of the spider is the central topic. The legs of the spider are ideas that are connected to the central topic. Let's say you want to tell the class about your native country. The name of your country is the central topic. You probably want to talk about the food in your country. This is one idea. Or you want to talk about the traditions in your country. That is another idea.
Oh.
Parts of a
Hold on. I show that one too. So yesterday we talked about the spider diagram, but we only showed it with one circle really. So if this is my country, maybe I want to talk about food. My teacher told me I need to talk about 3 things with my country. So I'm going to talk about food, weather, and people. The first thing that's important is to understand my 3 things that I'm going to talk about. Now from those I can say, the people, how would you describe the people in South Korea? Sarah? Serious? Friendly?
Friendly.
Okay. How about the food in South Korea? Delicious?
Delicious,
Healthy?
healthy, pretty.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
You
food
set
looks
it-
really pretty there
Yeah,
too.
yeah, you set it up on the table, it looks so.
It looks beautiful, I like it. And how about the weather?
And then summertime so hot,
Hot?
very hot. Wintertime very cold. Spring, really nice. Fall, beautiful too.
Is it wet and rainy there at all?
Yeah, summertime sometimes a lot.
Okay.
Flooding all over.
Ooh. Flooding. All right, so you can see, I got my 3 subheading ideas and then ideas about those ideas. So this is what a spider diagram can look like. Okay.
A paragraph. A paragraph starts with the main idea. It tells the reader what you are going to talk about. The body gives details about the main idea. The conclusion is the end of the paragraph. It repeats the main idea in a slightly different way.
So this would be like if you were planning your paragraph. Not writing your paragraph yet, but planning it. What will my introduction be? I might list my details that I'm going to talk about, and then how will I end it? But I'm not writing full sentences yet. I'm just making the plan for a paragraph that I might write.
Grid like this can help us organize our paragraph. Here is an example. Graphic organizers make studying easier. This is your main idea. Now, the details. Graphic organizers are easy to read. They help me organize important information, and they help me communicate ideas.
3 details.
Then the conclusion. I use graphic organizers all the time. Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is used to compare and contrast 2 things. When you compare 2 things, you look for things that are the same. In a Venn diagram, that is the middle, where the 2 circles meet and overlap. When you contrast 2 things, you look for what is different. The differences in a Venn diagram are easy to see. Look for the parts of the circles with different colors. Vocabulary table. A vocabulary table is very useful for learning new words. First, you write the new word. Then, you write the definition. The definition tells you what the word means. Finally, you write a sample sentence. It is very important to know how to use a new word in your writing or when you speak. Writing 3 things about a word also helps your brain remember the word.
am going to ask you to practice. I'm going to ask you to practice making a Venn diagram using a cat and a bear. Okay? Cat and a bear. So be thinking about those two things. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna make a copy of a new Venn diagram. So take a minute and think about those two things. What do you know about a cat and a bear? And I'll be right back. So what would you say is just about the cat?
Black or white?
Over
Little.
Hmm?
Little cat.
Cute.
Oh, I heard little. Big. Okay, what did you say about the colors?
Black, white, red.
Okay, those are all the same colors for a bear too though, right? Black bears, white bears.
Brown.
white.
So maybe in the middle we can put many colors.
No.
Because bulls come in many colors, not just one color. Like a zebra is only black and white, but bears and cats, they can be white, brown, black, red. What else?
Animal.
Oh, they're both animals, yes.
Animal, crowd.
Love.
Flower.
C-L-E-A.
Claws, claws, claws. They both have claws.
Mammals.
5 feet. 40.
I wanna see. This is, oh, what is that? No, okay, I don't know what that is.
Animal.
Okay, these are claws. They both have claws. We have cat claws. And we have bear claws. Oh, it's also a food that we call bear claws, but no, these are actual bear claws. Bear claws much more dangerous, but that's okay. Okay, what else?
Viviparous.
Say it again.
No, viviparous, but. Viviparous.
Herbivores?
Hard. But.
Mammiferous.
Vivi.
I don't know that word.
Viviparous.
Is the same as mammal?
Oh, mammal?
Mammal?
Yeah, they're both mammals, but I want to know the word that you're saying. Say it again. V-I.
Viviparous. No. R-O-U-S, yes.
Oh, I have never heard of that word before. That's a new word for me. Maybe the word that she's saying is mammal.
Yes.
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 I've never heard that other word before though. That's not a common word in English.
Mammals.
That's a new word for me too. But what are some things that are different?
The cat is cat.
Mm-hmm.
And the color is
We call it wild.
Wild, yeah.
Nobody has a pet bear in their home. No. What else?
Lives in the forest.
Mm-hmm. This one lives in home.
Cat playing, which people are bird are not playing.
Okay, so we could say that a cat is safe and a bear is dangerous. So you're right, we can play with the cat, we cannot play with the bear. How about this one?
Fluff.
Oh. Furry. They're both furry.
Ярость, что ли?
Aflufli.
Predatory.
Hmm?
Predatory.
Predatory. Ooh, what does that mean? That's a good word. In fact, that should go on this. What does that word predatory mean? Yes. Predatory means they hunt for food.
Yeah.
So even though we feed our cats, they also like to hunt for food. Birds or mice
Cats
or
mouse.
something like that.
A bear hunts for
Yeah.
for people.
Who knows these words? This is a word that we use to sometimes describe animals. Oh, here. What does this mean? Have you heard these words? These are words we use to describe animals. Cynthia says yes. Carnivore means animals that eat meat.
Ah,
Herbivore means animals that eat plants. No meat. And herbivore means they eat both. I'm sorry, omnivore means they eat both. So maybe you are surprised to know, but a cat is considered a carnivore, and a bear is an omnivore. Bears also like to eat berries and plants.
I like pandas.
So many babies. Yeah, so we knew lots of things about cats and bears. One last thing I can think about, how about their tail?
What?
Tail.
Bears not have a tail.
Oh, they have short tail.
Short.
Short
very
tail.
Short, yes. Очень маленький.
And cats, long tail. I'm talking about this. Why did I say car? Cats, they have long tails. Bears have short, little stubby tail. Right? Okay, so you knew lots of things about a cat and a bear. Okay, on the back of your homework, so this one that you got, on the back of your homework, at home, I want you to try making a Venn diagram one more time. So on the top of your homework, on the back side of this page, I want you to write Venn diagram. Oh. So on the top of your homework, or you can do it maybe this way if it's easier, if you need more space. But you can draw the two circles. Make sure you have space in the middle for both. And I want you choose two things that you want to compare and contrast. You can choose two people. Maybe you want to compare and contrast your mother and your father, or your brother and your sister. You can compare and contrast food items, You cannot do carrot and apple though. We already did that. You can pick 2 new animals. Maybe you want to compare and contrast a car, like a truck and a sports car. But you choose 2 items. So you're going to pick what is this item, what is this item, and then this item down here is both, right?
It's homework.
Yes, homework. But right now, I want you to think of what 2 items you will choose. Think in your mind. Yeah, anything.
Я знаю, что я буду сравнивать.
So before you leave, I want you to have your 2 items that you will do. I'm gonna come around and make sure everybody has 2 good things.
Да, я буду сравнивать.
Which 2 items will you choose? And Nadia and Artem, you have to choose different things, not the same thing.
Yes, I different soccer and football.
Oh, good, good. Soccer and football, that's good. Okay, what 2 items will you do, Nadia?
Что ты будешь сравнивать?
I think, I think, да?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know before you leave. Carolina, what 2 items will you do?
Да, чтобы они не превратились в это? Нет, они превратятся в это.
Wait, say it again, what? So aquatic animals like fish, and what else? Dolphin? Oh, good. Fish and dolphin, that's a good one. Sarah, what will you do? Think, I want to know before you leave. I still have 5 more minutes of your time. Cynthia, what will you do?
The Epocam medieval and modern.
Say it again.
The medieval,
Oh, medieval and modern? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, Sylvia, what else? What will you do?
Beer.
Yes.
It has to be different than what we did though. Different. So you can compare animals, but no cat and no bear. Different. Alexander, what will you do?
I don't know, maybe cars, maybe engine cars.
Ah, good, good. Different cars that you want to. This is also a good way if you're thinking about buying something. You know, what do I want to buy? This car or this car? This, if you're thinking about making a big purchase, you can think about what is the same and what is different, right?
You wanna say something right now, I might wanna change.
You might change your mind. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so everybody repeat after me. I will
I will.
do my homework. Okay. I will
I will.
come to class
Come to class.
on time on Monday.
This is hypnosis?
What?
This is hypnosis?
Yes, this is promise. Okay.
This is bread.
Have a good weekend.
You too, thank you.
Have a good